the Highlander Season 25 Low Awards, presented by Matek, help from Flair's Money, with special guests Alec and Toma. Yeah, the one that just made the weird noise was Alec.
Yeah.
For our team last season. So let's get started. We've got game-related awards. First of all, we've got the biggest comeback and also the best game of the season, which all went to the same semi-final playoff game between Vegan Hazard and Little Team. The screenshot was taken now, so they've changed their name, but trust me, that was the Little Team game. Vegan Hazard were 3-1 down to begin with on Warmtick, which was a comfortable map. Definitely a bit of a wind lost in the sails, but we brought it back on product, and Gully Wash, we were 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go. Brought back 5 rounds to win the game. 2 of the last rounds, to be fair, were a bit scuffed anyway. We were winning those anyway because they were starting to leave the server. I've got a little clip here of how this how this looked.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go. It's just.
That's
a Frogger Stedring.
Sound. You guys wanna go?
Yeah.
I'm going water. I'm going water now.
The scout was thirsty for me here.
I'm gonna
Strike
do
what you're doing,
water. Shop heavy water.
And so Matic goes down to 1 HP. Very big penis enemy here.
Pyro, there's sticks on
Demo can die. Demo's so low. He's in secret.
And he does land his 3 shots on the Pyro. Get fucked in the ass.
Yes!
Oh, and
Boys.
Bald Man in the bottom right
They're
comes
doing
on.
it.
That's Dempsey.
That is Dempsey. And then the music came
the
in.
music's more important than seeing them win the round.
It's just a beautiful moment. Anyway, moving on.
Go.
The biggest upset of the season was 31 versus Habib's Special Forces. Considering 31, especially with Crim on Sniper, were expected to destroy on the King of the Hill maps. When they won on Vigil, it felt like they were going to win the whole thing, considering there were 2 King of the Hill maps left, and Crim is that guy on Sniper. But somehow, the power of Mingo and Tui brought back Proplant and Product to a golden cap win on Proplant and a win on Product. Huge game. I feel like for me was the runner-up for biggest comeback, because that was a huge game there. Crim with 130 kills, by the way.
You know, I have to disagree on the biggest upset, because I would say the biggest upset is actually that I wasn't in this season. So,
okay.
you know, each their own. But
I
I'm
mean,
right.
You make
You're
a really
wrong.
good point, Alec. Fair play.
You
mate,
see?
Fair play.
Exactly.
Wait, should we clap for like every award?
I'm not clapping for that. Is clapped as things go.
There's like
next
3 of
thing
us here who can clap.
Is the team-based awards? I mean, you can clap if you want, Flares. Add a bit of flair to it. Most organized team and team that grinded the most goes to Vegan Hazard. Also, if you notice,
Rigged.
Luna missed 1 official, and it's the only one we lost. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it is kind of rigged. We had the only option for both of these categories was us, and you could type other for anything else, because I literally had no clue what other teams were doing.
Oh my.
But according to the team leaders, all the teams in low this season were extremely disorganized, so I feel like we
Fucking
win this one by
admit it's rigged.
default. Saltiest Team. This was a fairly big, resounding win for Ado. I think this got over 50% of the votes. And these are only the messages we have from them ourselves. If you want to check out the logs for that game, they're there. Next up is the most cringe team. This is a joint 15 votes each or something like that, between Vegan Hazard and Fresh Pills of Bel Air. Just our 2 match pages of us meeting in week 4 and grand finals were an entire salt mine by themselves. Everyone just being toxic to each other. You guys are like children who didn't get the laminated certificate in primary school and are having a tantrum, lol. Some classic moments from that. Next up, we have the Nicest Team. There's no image for this one because I couldn't find evidence, but trust me, little team, led by Morgan, are very cool, very chill. Next up is how did they not get playoffs award? Like last season, Dneprovska Dno, the Ukrainian team with Ihor on it, got to the grand finals of Open by beating the old crew in the semi-finals, and just somehow this season didn't even make the playoffs over teams like PBS, which is an interesting one. Next up is 31, should have placed higher. They had some strong games in the middle of the season, only losing to us and Fresh Pills. In preseason, they were beating Div 4 teams, Div 3 teams in scrims, mainly to the power of Crim, I assume, and Poison. But I mean, they had a good project going and just threw it away. I think had some weaker games. Tantu didn't play the quarterfinals, I think, which definitely would have made a difference. Next, we've got best team name, Fresh Pills of Bel Air, with a little graphic on the side.
I fucking love that. It's like Marquez Brownlee with some fucking opium.
It's Cyrax, man. Cryrax. Next up, we've got biggest Sandbaggers. Fresh Pills of Bel Air also win this one. Toxic Waste, most
fucking
toxic
God.
team.
How many awards are you gonna give this fucking team?
I didn't, dude. This was a vote. I'm not giving these out.
Oh my
Fresh Pills of
God.
Bel Air get most toxic team. Special shout outs to Joe and Creamy. But not Joe. Joe's an angel. Joe's never said anything wrong in his life. It's Creamy that has corrupted him.
I'm sorry, do you have sex with Joe? Is that why?
I don't disclose private information on my streams. Thank
I'll
you.
take that, yes.
Miscellaneous player
No.
awards. Most sus player, you got Ray. What are you shooting though?
What the fuck?
What
Next
what
up,
was he
we've
shooting?
got biggest DM monkey Tantu, who has 2,200 elo on MG, but somehow manages to die 90 times in one Highlander official. Biggest dropper. This goes to Apollo and Benno. Both higher div players playing in low. Somehow. Oh, sorry. Tantu just corrected me in chat and said 2,460 actually.
Oh my God.
Fair enough. Biggest dropper goes to Apollo and Benno. These guys both got equal amount of votes. This is a log. You can try and guess who this player is that has dropped 6 times. But
I'd guess
fun
Massive.
games. Biggest roster rider, most votes for this one got Zams. And there's Zams on his way to collect a silver Highlander medal.
Oh my God. What the
Next up, we've got the biggest Sigma. Oblix.
That's the most horrifying shit I've ever seen.
Oblix's votes got brigaded. I'm sorry, guys. He is not the best player in low last season. So I had to give the man a biggest Sigma at least. He is built differently, and his Oblix's profile picture is the Chad guy. Next we have big game player, which I literally cannot imagine giving this to anyone else. In all 3 of our playoff games, Luna went off. He had almost top kills every time, top DPM, good main calls, just absolutely pounding. With that 532 DM average on the semi-final, which is huge. Next up is the Matchpage Warrior. That's Cryrax here.
Oh my fucking God.
Some of my favorite comments on here. My
actually do
favorite
agree
one
with
is
one of these.
actually the one at the top, because the whole Fresh Pills team was very convinced that they were going to have a perfect season and they really wanted to win every game. And as soon as they lost week 4, they're just a fun team. And Cryrax was only playing Spy for fun, you know? God, this
Actually,
Kuma team doesn't lose. I hope they lose. We'll see in playoffs. Best team awards. The best combo goes to Vegan Hazard,
Rigged.
which is split between Luna, Creamy, Benno, Swaney, and Tomo. Really strong combo, really carried us throughout the season. The runners-up are Lil Team with Morgan, Silver, TSM, Oblix, and Ricardo. I don't actually know, like, the NG spot felt like it had a few players on it in Lil Team, but Ricardo played in the semi-final, so I thought I'd give it to him. But I think Silver of those was... Silver and Morgan had really good seasons, so... Next up is the best flank. Fresh Pills definitely deserved that one. Tendon in the Grand Finals had a really good game. Aaron Tree had a massive game. And runner-up was Tantu and Swamp from 31, which definitely does add to the fact that, you know, 31 really should have done a lot better, especially if you think about the fact that they won the best pick class as well. So Crim and Poison having a very strong pick classes on that team. A lot of kills between them every game. And runners up there are Vegan Hazard with Ray and myself, who also, to be fair, played quite well in all of our officials. Best player awards. These are the ones that everyone cares about. Best scout goes to Swamp. Swamp, every time he needed to, he showed up. In their quarterfinal game, he got 30 kills on Steel alone. Compared to... sorry, this is their week 5 game. He was basically carrying, but they didn't end up winning. Runner-up for that was Strife, who somehow got the same amount of kills almost as their combo players and the sniper, so huge game from him. I remember quite well him going down drop down on warm tick and just dropping Ahmed with 2 shots. Very DM monkey player, but deserves the award. Best soldier, Aaron Trier had an insane semi-final, an insane grand final. Guy was popping off. Kind of solly diffed a lot of the time, so really strong plays from him. And sorry, the runner-up was Tantu for that one. Just a solid player throughout the season, and clearly was missing in the game when they lost. Best Pyro goes to Creamy, who, I don't know, man, always seemed to Pyro diff in every game he played. He diffed against Silver in the semi-final. Always reliable, always spy checking, doing his job. And Silver, obviously, really strong Pyro. He also kind of destroyed people when given the opportunity. Silver playing a more sort of aggressive style, whereas Creamy playing around the combo, which I think, to me, supported our style of play really well. Next up is Best Demo, and who else but Luna. Luna kind of destroyed everyone in every single game. And deserves the best demo award. Oh my god, shut up, you weirdo fucking Ray.
What the fuck?
I approve of that message.
The runner-up for this award goes to Morgan, who also had some really strong games. Definitely carried Little Team a bit in the important moments. Next up, we've got Best Heavy, which goes to Swaney, who, again, diffed every time, was a really strong player. 67 kills in the grand final. Just always showing up. A bit of a quiet one, but severely underrated. Omga, also a really strong player. I think these two are the main candidates for this award. Next up, we've got Best Engineer. We don't even have a second place for this because Tomo was by far the best here. Literally Tomo diff. Next up, we've got Best Medic, and I thought every medic was kind of good this season. But I think Zhao and Zany were probably the strongest. Zany showing off his prowess by never healing his spy, which is just next level. And Beno and TSM get shoutouts for this one because they both had really good games against each other. I feel like the healing stats and the deaths, the drops were kind of equal around the season. Next up, we've got Best Sniper. This goes to Ray. I feel like if 31 had won the season, Crim would be getting this award. Because he did carry them a lot, but he didn't even make it out of quarterfinals. So I think Ray was part of a really strong team and really helped keep it strong. and always played better than the enemy sniper in our officials, so makes sense to give it to him. And also, considering like 4 teams thought he was cheating, at that point, it's safe to say he's pretty good. And best spy goes to Outstrafer. Again, always doing quite well. And I think runner-up for Poison, who always diffed. He was always a fragging spy. Maybe not the standard spy type you sort of expect to help your combo with calls, but a really strong DM spy. Next up, we have the most impactful player. This goes to Luna. Always carrying the team. Really good main calls, and we've got Aaron Trier with some goated gameplay on the right here. Next up, we've got the biggest diff player, and I think no one will be angry about Crim winning this one. Crim, as shown in the top right screenshot, against Aksama in their quarterfinal game, got 41 more kills across the 3 maps they played, killing Aksama 10 getting 10 more kills on Aksama than Aksama did on him, which, I mean, what else can you say about that one, really? And Luna does get the runner-up for that one, especially in week 4 where he had a 49 and 18 against UGV's 16 and 41. I feel like for a mid demo showdown, that's a pretty strong showing from Luna. And then we have the special awards, which are always my favorite.
Pretty special.
We've got the We Will See in Playoffs Lol award from Cryoraxia. They have guaranteed playoffs, Mr. Cryorax. The requested demos award goes to the Hall of Low for being horny over Ray.
What the fuck?
You guys didn't really need to request his demos 4 times. You know, the admins check it once and spend a lot of time deciding whether that person's cheating or not. You know, you don't have to keep requesting them. Next one is Red is Still Talking award. This one goes to Red for still talking. Kumo mixes wins now. Fuck you, Matek. Congrats on your 15th place in low.
Yeah.
Red.
Fuck you, Polish femboy.
Fuck you,
That's
Polish
quite cute.
femboy.
Heart stuck and open, bitch.
And then the Google Doc award goes to Joe.
What the fuck?
For writing a 24-page doc to counter Crim in week 1. This is real. This is actually how we dealt with Crim in week 1 and got those 5 points.
No fucking way.
Yeah, Joe really showed up with that one. As I said, we do have a bit of an organization diff, so yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. I think that's the last slide. And
I wouldn't even write a 24-page doc if a fucking hitman told me I had to save my own fucking mother, bro. That shit's way too much work. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's what a low winning team is built from. You know, it's the way we do it.
What
anyway,
autistic?
Thank you guys for watching.
Calm down.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a nice evening.